So tomorrow night, I'm going to something that you would just have the best time at. I'm going to an emo party.
An emo party?
Yeah.
That's what you think I'd have the best time at?
Yeah, for sure, dude. I know you very well. So I know for sure that you would love an emo party.
It's not that I mind emo music specifically. It's more like I just don't, I can't listen to it all the time. It's got to be like a passing mood.
Sure. No, I mean, it's definitely the music's going to be, a big part of it, but people are all dressing up and everything too. It's going to be a vibe. Should be a good time, Theme parties are fun, right? Do you like theme parties?
It depends on what the theme is and who's throwing the party. But yeah, like if you actually get into a theme party, then it can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think.
But if nobody does it right and everybody shows up and just tries to have a regular party, that's less fun.
Yeah, like one person shows up like fully decked out and they're like, "What the heck, man?" Was that a Halloween? Or actually, everyone wasn't at a Halloween party except for one guy a few years ago. There was a party being thrown by someone, I don't even remember who anymore, but one person showed up a week earlier because they thought it was like that night instead of the next Friday. And it was just like we gave him shit about it forever. It was so funny. He just showed up to this guy's house dressed as Mario for no reason. There was no party.
That's so funny. I had to reschedule an event I was planning last week, and then I rescheduled it to yesterday. And only one guy didn't get the memo. He just showed up there anyways. Like, I guess I'll just have a beer.
You hate to see it. Sometimes it's like that though, man.
That's what happens.
Yeah, lots to keep up with, right?
Speaking
of lots to keep up with,
today we have so much to keep up with. I saw it coming.
Yeah, I know. We got this thing down, you and I.
Effing around with F1, we're going to be talking Austin Grand Prix. They're actually practicing right now because they're on, oh my gosh, a time zone that makes sense to us. NFL Week 7 best bets. Should we try over-unders? I don't know.
Welcome to Wit and Grit, where Ian and Sean break down sports betting, pop culture, or whatever's on their minds. The Wit and Grit Podcast.
The Wit and Grit Podcast includes gambling-related discussion, opinions, and advice intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. I, Ian Price in Virginia, and Sean Duiser in North Carolina are not attorneys, financial advisors, or licensed bookmakers. Nothing said on this podcast should be taken as professional or legal advice. Listeners are solely responsible for their own gambling decisions. Always gamble legally and responsibly. We are not liable for any losses, decisions, or actions taken based on the content of this show. Need help? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. ncpgambling.org. You see it scrolling at the bottom, all the helpline numbers wherever you might be. And we always preach after the legal warning, unit size.
Always.
Don't just say, I've got more money this week, so I'm going to put more money on. No.
Yep.
Unit size. And a unit is, Sean?
Whatever you want it to be.
And it's 10% of your bankroll. A unit is 10% of your bankroll.
It's like, I don't know. I'm not going to tell people what's a bet.
No, it's just like what a unit is. So when we say unit throughout the podcast, we need them to know that. Okay. Effing around with F1. The U.S. Grand Prix weekend is here.
So exciting.
Oh, it feels good.
Yeah. Nice to have it back in the States,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess if you love orange, the constructors has already decided. So we're just looking at Max Verstappen to upset the apple cart, or which guy in orange might win.
That's right. Yeah, and then we've got, it's in Austin, right? So Austin's huge. You can the race itself with the sprint coming up, the Apple TV deal.
The heartbeat of American Formula One, Austin. It's
right.
Like the longest running race. It's the one with the history. Yeah.
Yeah. And with everything else going on, around the sport right now, it just feels that much bigger.
Yeah. When COTA opened in 2012, nobody really knew if it would stick. Remember, the U.S. had a history of trying and failing to make F1 work. Indy in the early 2000s, Phoenix before that, Watkins Glen back in the day, but Austin cracked the code.
Yeah, because it leaned into what the city already was. Weird, loud, musical, social. kind of turned an international race, into a Texas event. You've got live music stages, food trucks, half the grid walking around in cowboy hats. It's pure American with downforce.
Kimi Antonelli had a large hat on when he was doing press events before Austin. It was like, what do the drivers have to say before Austin? And we'll get to him in a little bit. The attendance proves it. The 400,000 fans across the weekend last year. That's Super Bowl numbers stretched over 3 days. Hamilton said again this year that COTA's his favorite track in America. 5 wins there, 2 world titles clinched. And he's right, the place races great. Elevation, big braking zones, real wheel-to-wheel stuff,
Yeah. What's wild is how much of the sport's U.S. footprint grew from Austin's success, right? You had Miami in 2021, Vegas in 2023, both modeled after Austin's energy. It's the proof of concept that F1 can work here.
And Austin also changed who the American fan is. It's not just gearheads anymore. Drive to Survive brought in casual fans, then the movie turned it into a mainstream thing. That's where Apple partnership comes in. It's not just a broadcast, because Apple put out the F1 movie already. And so it's like you saw that this was coming straight from seeing that logo with Brad Pitt's face.
No, absolutely. It seems like it's a bit of a cultural play, walk me through it, because ESPN's been the home, for the F1 in the US for about 7 years now. Why move now?
Money, reach, momentum. Apple offered between 120 and 150 million a year, way above ESPN's $90 million renewal offer. But it's more than that. F1 wanted a platform that could grow the brand, not just air the races. And Apple kind of gives them that. ESPN's never really been able to pull that off in a way that people are like, wow, I need ESPN Plus. Oh, how would I watch UFC fights no one's heard of?
These streaming services really have sports fans kind of, right where they want them, in the palm of their hand, so to speak. Like, this is just another streaming service I'm going to have to get now. Like, I don't have Apple TV right now. Like, there's shows on there that, I think look really good, but there hasn't been anything yet that's been like, okay, well, I have to subscribe, and this is going to be it.
This is going to be it, and then you're going to watch Ted Lasso, finally.
Yeah, exactly. And, well, it helps, too, that Apple already spent 3 years, embedded with F1, filming that Brad Pitt movie that you mentioned. They built some trust. They learned how the paddock works. That movie was a monster. 630 million worldwide. That's Apple's biggest theatrical hit ever, and the top grossing sports film ever.
$630 million worldwide. Yeah. I mean,
Insane.
Apple proved they could tell F1 story, and now they want to own the way Americans watch it. So it'll be interesting. I mean, Apple lets F1 get into the minds of American fans, as one official put it. They want F1 to sit next to NFL, NBA, and MLB in the American sports diet. And honestly, has NASCAR ever been weaker? Like, you can never.
Right.
What channel is NASCAR on? It changes
I'm
often.
not even sure. It does feel like it used to be so much bigger. Like, but the question is, though, whether moving off linear TV or hurts casual viewership, because I think that's been a lot of the growth lately anyway. ESPN still hits about 60 million homes. Apple TV has, about 45 million US subscribers. Smaller net, I mean, that's 25% right there. Like, viewers going down that you're counting on, subscribing to your service.
True.
That's pretty significant.
But those 45 million are younger, more tech-driven, and a little bit more global. Apple's betting it can convert that engagement into habit, and they're integrating it everywhere. Apple News, Maps, Music, Fitness Plus, even the new Apple Sports app.
Right. So you'll see F1 driver playlists in Apple Music, F1 data overlays in Apple Fitness, even your track day routes in Maps. That's kind of cool.
It's immersion.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. It is.
Eddie Q at Apple said, quote, "You won't be able to not know that F1 exists. That's the goal. They want race weekends to hit your phone, your watch, your playlist, like how the NFL owns Sunday."
Right. And financially, that trickles down to the teams. The broadcaster fees are half of F1's total revenue. Bigger deal means more prize money, which helps, the midfield team survive.
So yeah, risk and reward. I mean, the Apple brand carries credibility. It isn't NBC taking a flyer. It's one of the most valuable companies on earth betting that F1's about to become the global crossover sport. So who knows? ESPN already thought they knew when to take the big plunge and sign up on F1 because F1 was on Fox, then went to ESPN. And now we've got somebody else who thinks, yet this is the time. And we talked about the movie a little bit, but it can't be overstated that Brad Pitt, that movie, they had unprecedented access to Mercedes and all this stuff. Lewis Hamilton was a big part of it. Like,
yeah,
they really got to know this stuff.
Right. No, this is going to be huge.
And they offered so much money because they really wanted it.
Yeah. Yeah, they see the growth. I mean, you and I have seen the growth. We've been on it for a couple of years almost now. Like it's still growing. It's still booming. It's going to continue to boom. So Apple's like, hey, let's get in on this before someone else, Netflix or Disney or someone swoops in. So I think it's really interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see the numbers of the subscriptions and everything. I'll be kind of following that a little bit. But this weekend in Austin shows exactly why Apple's so interested. You've got every kind of content baked in: practice, qualifying, sprint, the race itself, kind of like a mini season all in one weekend.
Exactly. And for listeners who aren't deep into F1 yet, here's the sprint format in a nutshell. You've got one practice Friday morning. That's it. Friday afternoon is sprint qualifying. It's short, 3 rounds. Sets the grid for Saturday's sprint. Yeah, and we know that the sprint is the 100-kilo dash. No pit stops required, just 30 minutes of flat-out racing. Points for the top 8 finishers, 8 down to 1. Then later on Saturday, you get regular qualifying to set the Sunday grid. So you basically get 2 full race days. That's the hook for fans. Every day counts. Right. The drivers have mixed feelings. Verstappen thinks it's gimmicky. Guys like Lando love it because it rewards aggression. For teams, it's a nightmare. You get 1 hour to find your setup. Miss it, and your whole weekend's toast. Drivers, I don't know. And like you always hear about the sprints, but it's like they never outdo the Grand Prix. So if you're going to watch something this weekend, you want to watch the Grand Prix, but I kind of do want to catch the sprint. It's like playoff hockey, tight schedule, big stakes, chaos guaranteed. You always get one surprise podium threat. Austin's layout, long straights, wide corners, makes it perfect for a sprint because there's room to send it. Plus, you get the added storylines, right? McLaren's teammates still tense after the Singapore bump. Russell and Antonelli locking in new Mercedes deals. Ferrari trying to close in on Mercedes for P2 and the constructors. The sprint could actually swing the standings. Yeah, and you got to keep in mind the sprint points can decide championships. We were talking about this before. Max Verstappen basically clinched titles early the last few seasons because of sprint results. It's not just exhibition, right? There's points on the line. Yeah, points that matter. It keeps the Saturday crowd engaged. F1 realized fans want meaningful action every day. You don't sell 400,000 tickets to practice sessions. You sell them on adrenaline. Exactly. You could thank COTA for proving that model works. Let's take a second and zoom out. 10 years ago, Americans barely knew what DRS was. Now F1 drivers are on late night TV and music videos. That's pretty insane transformation. It's all connected, right? Netflix started it. Austin cemented it. The movie mainstreamed it. And now Apple's going to amplify it. I mean, it's been called a social movement, Yeah, I know. And it's just, I can't stop going back to the idea that it's like, is all this hype really going to be it growing? Or is this just Apple trying to sell us on why they bought this? Because Apple has been making so many shows at such a high price point. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think it is. Spend money. No, but I don't think it is just hype. The U.S. viewership jumped from 500,000 per race in 2018 to over 1.4 million this season. You're talking tripling
it's tripling in 6 years. No other sport outside of football has done that.
Right. I mean, in the fan demo, younger, more diverse, more female. 47% of new U.S. fans are 18 to 24. Over half are women. That's exactly Apple's target base. They're buying into the same cultural current.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't think of another sport that is more, I've just met more female F1 fans than anything else outside of maybe like, you got your football girlies and you got your girls that say baseball butts make me go nuts. But
never heard that one. I can't lie.
Oh, I've heard it.
Well, you also look at it from the business side for a second, too. The sponsorships. You've got American car brands back in the game. Ford with Red Bull, Cadillac joining with Andretti in 26. American drivers are in the pipeline again.
Yeah, that's the other piece. Kimi Antonelli staying with Mercedes. But the next open seat might finally go to an American if Logan Sargent doesn't stick. The U.S. fan base wants a home driver they can root for. That's how you lock in casuals.
And Austin's the model for that fandom. It's not just rich Europeans and VIPs. It's college kids, families, NFL fans checking it out because they saw Verstappen on Hot Ones. Yet the culture part matters.
Yeah, and Apple understands that. And you make F1 a lifestyle, music, fashion, workouts, movies. And suddenly it's not a niche sport. It's an experience.
Right. Well, so let's bring it back to track talk. What's the grid looking like heading into the sprint and the Grand Prix?
Lando Norris topped FP1, Piastri right there. So McLaren looks quick again. I don't know if that's I know you're shocked.
Yeah,
after that contact in Singapore, there's definitely tension where the two McLarens tipped up. Piastri said there'd be repercussions through the end of the season. The team's playing nice in public, but that's something to watch.
Yeah, team orders are going to be tricky. They're fighting Verstappen and Red Bull for wins, but internally they've got to keep the peace.
And Mercedes has the opposite vibe. George Russell just signed his new deal. Kimi Antonelli got an extension. They're locked for 2026 and feeling stable. Russell literally said he's in the best place possible for a title push when the new regs come.
Ferrari in a weird spot, right? Hamilton's in that car now, and he's openly talking about wanting to win in red before he retires. So they're not quite fast enough for wins yet, but they're consistent.
And Red Bull is still Red Bull. Verstappen's leading, but for once, it's not domination. McLaren and Mercedes have closed the gap. The sprint could mix that order completely. So
yeah, there's top tier drama. There's midfield chaos. That's Austin in a nutshell.
Yeah, I wish we could go.
Let's book a flight. We have a friend that used to live there, right? He knows he could show us around.
Yeah. We know at least one.
At least.
What's fascinating about the Apple era, which we can call it, is how much they're going to blur sports and entertainment. I mean, they did it with MLS. They built documentary content, behind-the-scenes shows, player features. You can probably expect the same with F1.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to want to make it bingeable. If you've never watched a race, you'll see highlight reels, interactive data, maybe even AR features on iPads. It's not just streaming, it's product integration.
I mean, the celebrity element is huge. Brad Pitt's movie already turned half the paddock into household names. Apple's going to keep that going. Expect crossover with music, arts, maybe exclusive concerts tied to race weekends. All of it kind of fits their brand.
That'd be cool. They're kind of turning F1 weekend into what the Super Bowl is, not just a game, but a cultural moment. Miami and Vegas already lean that way, so now Austin's in that rotation.
Well, exactly. And I mean, this is F1's American era. And the sprint this weekend is the perfect encapsulation. Entertainment meets competition. If they keep threading that needle, this thing's going to explode even more.
Absolutely. It's going to be something to keep an eye on just for all the storylines, for the culture of it all. It's going to be a fun weekend. Right. So as we're talking, sprint qualifying is about to go live down in Texas. So by the time folks hear this on All In with Ian Sunday morning, we'll already know who grabbed pole and how that sprint shook up the grid.
Right, and we'll hit all of that on the radio show, plus NFL news and our best bets. 8 a.m. Sunday on sportsradiova.com or catch it anytime on air. 101.1 FM in Roanoke, 107.5 FM in Lynchburg. So let's go ahead and move on to NFL best bets.
All right. We got a couple of fun ones this week. I know you and I were talking a little before going live.
I've got all of the bets ranked on our system, ranked in the system, and we've got over-unders in here for once.
Okay, interesting.
So
I wonder who's going to be on that.
Exactly.
Stay tuned to find out.
Don't go anywhere or go somewhere quickly. Anyways, I'll go through them, and I think we'll decide in real time if we are backing what the system is selling here.
Sounds good.
No 2-unit plays yet. Still haven't gotten a 2-uniter.
Yep. Week 7 leaving us without any 2 units.
Dolphins at Browns, the game everyone wanted to talk about first.
Yeah, absolutely. And how could you not? It's going to be absolutely thrilling, right?
Cleveland's defensive line number 1 versus a very shaky Miami edge and a rookie right tackle.
And an imploding team.
Tua's better than the rookie, though. Quarterback edge would go to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Injuries, though, I mean.
We've got Njoku out.
Yeah.
The Miami secondary is just, in shambles. Just it's a war of attrition at this point.
20-mile-per-hour winds plus rain, severe rain, very possible.
So several reasons here that the under sounds kind of good.
Under, I hadn't said it yet, but yeah, under 37.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is a game that you could see ending like 13-6, something like that. 20-9, something just ugly.
Yeah, and getting the honestly, under 37 has already disappeared.
Yeah.
It's down to under 35.5. Under 36 is the best I could see.
Don't run to your favorite betting app and grab this under, because it's probably, these are 2 teams in shambles in bad weather. It's not going to go well.
Yeah. As long as that weather holds up, though, that's the thing. What if we hit the under and then what if it moves?
It's a beautiful day. Well, then you're still looking at 2 pretty bad teams and one good defense.
What
other
available?
Okay.
That's the only reason I'm taking so long. I'm like, is it still available? All right.
Gotcha.
Well, the next play.
In real time. Yep.
Hold on.
What else you got? All right. It's a Broncos play, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Bingo. Broncos -6.5. Buy to 7. Don't take the hook if it goes over. Denver offensive line number 2 versus defensive line top pressure. The Giants have got their guard out. Depth hits. Bo Nix over Jackson Dart. Same thing with the rookie edge. But I mean, just the injuries to the Giants plus the Broncos are coming. It's also situational. Sean Payton is 22-8 against the spread after.
Right. And the Giants also
14 points.
The Giants have a bad Thursday night football hangover. They're 1-8 straight up in their next road game after they win a Thursday night football game.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why we like the Broncos here.
Yeah. The Broncos D also number 1 in the league on third down right now, only allowing it a 27% clip. That's pretty strong.
I don't know if you can get -6.5 anywhere. It might be at 7 across the board. I'm checking that out right now. It's so hard to find the little Bronco logo. Come out, little Bronco. Oh, man. Yeah. And if you're going to bet this, bet it soon, because ESPN has already gone up to 7.5. So it might be on the move.
Again, get there now.
Yep. All right. So I think we've explained that enough. We're fading the Giants here.
Okay.
Now let's go down to our 1-unit plays. The Eagles -2 at the Vikings, if it's available.
Okay. Eagles, Vikings.
Yep.
We've got Sirianni, after a straight up loss, is 7-14 against the spread. We've also got Hurts off a 6-point loss, 4-11 against the spread.
Okay. I like those.
We've also got some Vikings blitz defense. 3.3 yards per play allowed against the blitz. That's the best in the NFL. I don't know that this is a spot to go on Philly, even though the Vikings, are who they are.
But they've got Carson Wentz again against the Eagles, pass rush. Are we sure he can do that again?
I don't know. There's a lot saying that Philly's going to come up short here.
All right. Well, maybe we pass on that one then because it could be a trap.
Yeah.
I mean, the trenches, though, Philly has a double edge. Their offensive line and their defensive line are way better than both of Minnesota's. So
Sure.
like, the offensive line is number 5, defensive line is number 9. Plus, all those trends for Sirianni and, Hurts off a loss, wouldn't they have applied to the Giants game too? So it's like, I don't know. It's like some trends are just always there sometimes. I mean, that one isn't. All right, fine. Pass. We'll pass on the Eagles. Under 54.5, Commanders at Cowboys. I like this for one reason.
Okay.
Terry McLaurin's out.
Oh, yeah, that's not great.
Yeah. But the only thing that bothers me is that I think the Cowboys will probably win this game, and I just don't know that I don't know if they could stop anybody from scoring ever.
Well, Dak likes this spot. He is 10-3 against the spread and 6-0 straight up at home against Washington.
Wow, really?
Yes. Yeah. You've got Pickens hot right now, 5 straight games with a touchdown. I think this is a spot to potentially take Dallas.
And it's moved down to 1.5 at places. So it's basically almost a pick'em game now.
Yeah.
So you think Dallas is a money line we should keep in line here? Keep in mind?
Maybe, yeah. Being the home team, Washington without McLaurin, Dak being so good in this particular spot.
Trayvon Diggs is out also.
Okay.
Probably why it's close to a pick'em.
Yeah. Yeah.
The good corner and the good wide receiver are out. So it's like same matchups.
Yeah.
Colts plus 1.5 at Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like it? Colts plus 1.5 against the Chargers?
Yes.
Okay. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm seeing a +2 at Hard Rock, but mostly plus 1.5s.
Okay.
Huge edge. Indianapolis offensive line has the edge over the Chargers defensive line, and it's reversed the other way. So, I mean, this is part of our huge trench edge. That's the only reason I like the Colts here.
Well, you've got Jonathan Taylor complimenting that quite well, too. Yeah, he leads the NFL in yards after contact, 422 yards after contact.
Okay. And Shane Steichen in September, October, he's very strong. Chargers off a Miami travel spot has been poor historically.
Sure.
So that might be our money line, or we just take the 1.5 cushion in case the Chargers ink out a 1-point win,
Yeah, last second.
2-point conversion, missed a PAT or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's talk about one that I know we're both going to love. How about that? Lions.
Okay. Lions. Yes,
Don't
sir.
I sound just like a lion?
You do.
Should I work?
Maybe a little. Maybe you work on it a little.
All right, I'll do it up fair. I'm seeing 5.5s all over the place. There's at least one -6, but take the 5.5 if you can get it.
Yeah, it's at Detroit.
Detroit's defensive line and offensive line. It's a slight edge over Tampa Bay. Golf elite versus the blitz.
Also, Goff is 11-0 against the spread after a straight up loss under Dan Campbell.
Yeah, they bounced back.
Yeah.
But they didn't but they didn't lose this last week though, so they won.
That is true. Yeah.
It's a great stat though.
Yeah, thanks. I've got another golf stat for you.
Give me another golf stat.
He is 43-18-1 against the spread indoors since 2019.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Golf is elite indoors and against the blitz. Injuries, Tampa Bay's Evans, Godwin, Ibuka, DMPs during the week. I think Evans and Godwin have a shot to play. Levante David did not practice. But, man. Yeah, that's easy. Lions, we're in.
Yeah,
Go.
I think so. As much as I love Baker, I think I'm still probably going to put a Baker 2+ touchdown bet on the side, but I think the Lions have the game. Yeah.
Texans +3 at the Seahawks.
Monday Night Football at 10 o'clock. Love that.
Houston's defensive line can wreck Seattle's interior. Seattle's rush is also live, so that's lowering scoring variance. I mean, CJ Stroud over Darnold, even with the Darnold recent bump. Situational Seahawks are 3-9 against the spread at home since 24. Yeah. They just have not been good at home anymore since they got a new coach. Pete Carroll took away their home field advantage. I don't understand how that works. The one thing that worries me about this bet is I've heard everybody using that same stat.
You've also got the Texans very good off of rest since 03. They are 20-11 against the spread after rest.
I'm betting it. Under 44.5, Rams versus Jaguars.
Okay. You like the under?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people take really good arguments for both sides. Sean McVay is really good in this spot in international games. Jaguars, though, have been hot lately. Maybe the stats and trends just don't work with how well. I mean, this head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars, no one's talking about him, which means he's doing good. Yeah.
Jags in London are a real thing, too. It's like a different team in London.
Yeah, but I mean, Puka's out, Havenstein's out, Devin Lloyd out. So the under at 44.5, just might be a slog.
Yeah. That last one of those previous Sunday morning games, was just awful.
So another under to finish us off here. Saints at Bears under 46.5.
Okay.
Again, you'll have to follow us on the Pickett app to see how many of these we really do. Right now, the Colts, the Lions, the Broncos, and the under for the Dolphins and Browns are the ones we really like.
Right.
But these are all the system plays that we have. So under 46.5 for the Saints at Bears. Neither defensive line is dominant. Bears kickers out,
Yeah, that's a recipe for an under.
Bears off Monday Night Football, short week. Saints are slow starters, 0-6 first quarter against the spread.
Yeah, they've been outscored 65-16 in the first quarter so far.
And they're not in the Superdome. It's outside. 17-mile-per-hour winds and drizzle expected.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ugly conditions.
Now to our half unit plays.
Okay.
Falcons +2 at 49ers. It just barely got there. So the Falcons money line, if we actually back that. I don't know that I want to bet for or against the 49ers right now. I just don't know if I know when it's going to happen. So
right. Yeah, the 49ers just are an interesting study right now, aren't they?
It's something.
Yeah. I don't know. You got Atlanta sitting at 11-22-1 against the spread after a win since 2020, so not great.
San Francisco home against the spread poor. 0-6 third quarter. I mean, skip. And I think that, and then the other one is the Browns money line, and I won't do that. So skip. Here's what the system says. It says don't take 15 points for the Chiefs, that the Raiders probably won't lose by that much. I don't want to touch that.
Raiders give the Chiefs weird trouble sometimes.
When the Panthers play a weird and bad team, I don't think it goes low. So the system is saying under 41.5 for Panthers at Jets. Yeah. I'm going to stay away from that because I feel like every time a Panthers, they win or lose, it's just getting it's a high-scoring game. Yeah.
No, that's true. Which means usually unpredictable.
Now, here's some things I already did. Titans +7 versus the Patriots. Okay. The dead cat bounce. They fired their coach. Yeah, that guy was terrible. The vibes are different.
Who did you take in this one? I'm sorry. You said you already put it in.
Titans.
Oh, man. No, I'm against you here. I think Vrabel's return to Tennessee he's going to be bloodthirsty.
Why? They fired their coach and they are terrible. You can't be
so
bloodthirsty
what better
when you're
spot
winning.
To come in and be like, look who you guys let go. And the Patriots are going to turn things around. I don't know.
No.
I kind of like the Patriots in this spot, man. The Titans suck.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They got a new coach. It's the dead cat bounce.
Yeah.
Every time the Dolphins were terrible and they fired their coach, what happened the next game?
Dan
Campbell, anybody? Dan Campbell, hello.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, like, I'm taking the Titans to not lose. I mean, how much are the Titans usually losing by? I'm just saying they'll cover 7. I'm not saying they'll win.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
spread.
I misheard you there because I was so like flabbergasted.
The Patriots is the most public side, so of course you
Yeah.
love it. Mr. Joe Public over
but
there.
it's because of the Vrabel thing, man. And they're okay. Drake May looks kind of real. So
He'll bounce. I don't know. He can't stay
we'll
great.
see. We'll see. I mean, you know, I never want you to lose money, but I think you're wrong.
I like the dead cat bounce. I just
Fair
like
enough.
it. You have really bad vibes. Everybody hates their job, and then you fire the person at work that was making it all terrible. This
Yeah.
guy had won like 4 games in 2 years, and now you get his ass out of there. And when they got rid of his play calling and let somebody else call the plays, all of a sudden, like they got better. The Titans stopped looking inept. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that they're going to get one, at least cover, even if they don't win.
Fair.
Yeah, that's about it. So I mean, the quick hits were the under on Miami, Cleveland, Denver -6.5 or -7. You're gonna have to get the 7.
Yeah.
Sean's
Yeah.
afraid of Philly, so I don't think we're taking Philly -2.
It kind of feels like a letdown spot.
Washington and Dallas under 54.5 to 54. You didn't care for that either. I kind of
Yeah.
agreed. Indianapolis, sprinkle the money line. We like that.
Yep.
We like Detroit -5.5.
Yeah. Yep.
Houston +3.
Yes.
And then I think that's it. Yep.
Yeah. There you go. Good rundown.
Cool. Cool.
All right. Well,
All
anything
right.
else for the people?
Injury checks.
Hmm.
No, we already did injuries. Money lines. I've got some money line ideas. I want to see what you think.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, we just talked about Colts.
Yeah. Yep. I like that.
Denver.
Yeah. Probably. Being the home team, especially.
And then maybe we throw in Lions money line,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't want Eagles, right? Because you don't believe they'll win.
Yeah. I'm not confident enough to put money on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be shocked if they do win. But you know what I mean?
Right. And we want that 1.5 on there. So we like the Colts and we like the Texans to cover at least 3, but we don't like them to win. So I think we take the Broncos, the Colts, and the Lions for a 3-legger.
Let's do it.
Does that sound right?
Yeah. Let's do it.
What does it come out to? Do you have that up?
No, I can. If you give me a second.
I have to wait for technology to load so I can do it. Help. Hey, hold on one second. Why is Carmen doing that? Broncos money line is not juicy.
Yeah.
You said you like the Cowboys to win, though, right? Or are you
I
not
think
sure
so.
about that anymore?
Yeah. No, I think so.
All right, if you take the Lions,
Alexa, stop.
if you take the Lions, Colts, and Broncos money lines, it's +264 on the book I'm on.
Okay. Cool. Well, mine's not loading, so that works.
All right, so we like the Colts to cover against the Chargers, the Broncos and the Lions. All right, boom, boom, boom. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we could come up with 2 more, it'd be a nice round robin, but I think we just keep it at 3.
Yeah, I think we're good. Cool.
Okay, so those are our picks for this week. We're excited about all the F1 action in Austin. We're going to watch the sprint just like you guys will tomorrow, see who gets those points, and then tune into All In with Ian Sunday morning if you want to catch up on all the latest F1 action before we get going. Because it's going to be at 3 o'clock. It's not at 9 a.m. You don't have to have breakfast.
Exactly.
Go out. Have lunch late.
Yeah. Why not?
Enjoy watching on ESPN before you have to figure out how to get on Apple TV for everything all the time now.
Bingo.
How do I log in? Where's my F1 stuff? What's going on? I hate technology. That's what people are going to be saying.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Titans fired Brian Callahan this week. The last decade, in-season coach fired teams before firing 27.9 straight up, 36.2% against the spread. After firing, That goes up to 48.3% against the spread, just so you know.
Okay. Sounds good.
Just so you know. All right, this has been the Wit Grit Podcast. May all your bets cash. I hope you guys have a good weekend.
Have a good one, everybody. Same time, same place next week.
Even though we were way late today. Peace out.